I'm sitting in front of all my toys. That's not a good setting for an interview. Let me make some space for myself. Is everyone visible now? Ah, this one is still hiding. Well, hiding. Forced hiding. This one. I think everybody's visible now, huh? So you can start with the questions.
So who are you and why so many cats?
Now, my name is Rianne. I call myself a sustainable quilter because I am a creative inventor who tries to make cute little toys and other kind of quilted items out of trash. I'm actually sitting in the upcycle center as well, where people bring their textile waste and I turn it into quilts, and by magic these cats happen to exist. So I am also a person who likes to bring joy and hope and who likes to turn old trash into new valuable items.
Are you not afraid to turn into a creative, crazy cat lady?
Well, I don't know if I should be afraid about that, because if these cats make you happy, why would you be afraid to turn into a cat lady? Because who wouldn't want some of those in your house? I call them good vibes cats, Vibes in Dutch, in honor of my grandfather and all old people who are annoyed that everything has to be English these days. And these cats, they kind of like a desk buddy, and they are sitting on your desk, giving you joy and remember you to enjoy life a little bit. So why would I be afraid to turn into a crazy cat lady?
How did you get the idea to design a cat?
Well, it happened because first I designed a bird, and then I asked on Facebook and social media what other animals I should do, and then people suggested a cat, and then I thought a cat is too difficult, and whenever I tell myself that I cannot do something, I will put all the brain power I have into making it happen. So that's how these cats arrived.
How did you design the cat?
It started with this big dude, because it actually started with this one. This is the prototype cat, and it looks, whoop, oh no, it looks, that's why it has a less finished look, but it's still something, a cat to be cherished. The idea started because I love the aesthetic of a cat sitting in your house, and this is the most abstract form of a cat I could think of. When I drew this shape on paper, I had to laugh a lot, and then I knew the design was okay. And I was thinking, if it's this big and this heavy, it's the perfect doorstop actually. But when you make a doorstop, there's also this to stop drafts from happening. So this is a cat doorstop draft thing, but it's also very good to hit people softly. if you are annoyed by them. But then I was like, this is a nice thing, it's very big as well. But then I was thinking, it's also something nice to cuddle or to have on your desk. So I also started designing smaller cats that you can put on your desk. And this one you can use as a coaster, but you can also put secret notes in it, or pens and stuff like that. So it's perfect accompaniment on your working table. And this one is good vibes. And this one is my self-care cat. This one helps me to take care of myself and to enjoy life. So whenever this cat is looking sad to me, it means I'm not taking care of myself. And also the middle sides I made because they're also a good soft toy for kids. My nephews and nieces were visiting last week and they immediately started hugging this one. It was so nice to see that the cat made such an impression on them. So yeah, what was the question again?
What are some design challenges you encountered?
Well, for one, first it was making a cat into an abstract enough shape to actually make it. That was this one. But then it turned out that it looks very lumpy because I filled it with scraps. And then I realized if I put some stuffing in it, it will become softer. Yeah, it's being a dance of cats here. Ooh. That's when I made this prototype. It looks much softer because I quilted it. I gave it 3 layers and then I quilted through the layers. And that makes it a softer look. So the first design challenge was giving it a soft look, and you really see the difference. The second design challenge was where to fill it with. Because this one is, the tail is very heavy because I put small scraps in it. And this one, it has a softer, a little bit lighter tail because I put wool in it. Light wool. And the body is filled with heavy wool. So it still has that amazing feel when you cuddle it. But it's not like so heavy that nobody can carry it. Because the benefit of having a heavy cat is that it's very comfortable to cuddle. The downside is that it's very heavy. Especially when you want to send it to someone, it's impossible. But then another design challenge was, as you can see, making them stand up easily. And that I solved with these cats by, instead of having a round bottom, having an oval bottom. So instead of using pi to determine the size of the bottom, you have to draw it depending on the size of the cat. And I noticed that really helped. It also helped in another way, because you see this has this elongated shape, and this also has this elongated shape. But when you give it an oval bottom, it has a more round, a more, more straight shape, and I think it looks better. It looks more like a cat, a bit more abstract, but I think it's more like a cat. And also it makes the cat more stable to stand. The last design challenge, which is the most important, the most cute one I think, is about the ears. Because a cat, the ears are the most important part to me. But in this one, it looks a little bit like a Scorpio. Because it's designed round like this, and there's no distance between the ears. So I actually spent, I find it amazing because I studied a lot and I spent a lot of time collecting thoughts and ideas. But now I spend my days determining the size that has to be between 2 cat ears to make it a nice looking cat. And I think it's amazing. It makes me feel happy and like I actually make beautiful things and accomplish something. So that's the challenge of the cat ears. As you can see, this one doesn't have it. This one has it a little bit. This one has it. And this one has it. One thing I still have to experiment with is to make it less rounded at the top and more up. But I think this is a good design so far. So, and also the size of the ears is a challenge. But I don't know, I don't think I want to decide the size they're going to be, because these are very big, these are very small. I think that's going to be a characteristic of the cat.
Do you have any tips for people wanting to design or create cat bodies too?
Yes, my tip is to just try and just like me, start with a prototype with fabric you're not super attached to. This is a bedsheet for example, pretty, but I have loads of it. And don't start with like making complicated quilts before you have the shape right, because then you will spend a lot of time in the before you even know if your idea works. So the best thing in making new patterns or ideas is to just try it out as quickly as possible. Like with this cat. And that's also one reason why I'm talking to you about my ideas, because then I get out of my brain, I get into the practicalities of life, and yeah, it will help a lot. Also, you can get inspiration from books like this one, Solving Tiny Toys. You don't have to exactly copy it, but if you look at books like that, it will give you a broad idea of the shapes you need for specific animals. And then I still encourage you to just try it out and make your own. And experiment also with different tails, like a scarf or a poofy tail or something like that, to make it your own. But no idea is truly original, so we all get inspiration from the great people who went before us.
So if it takes that much effort and time to design, it will be hard to use the pattern, right?
Well, Precisely not. Because the essence and beauty of becoming a teacher of your creativity is that you distill something complicated into something that people you want to teach can understand. So it's my job as a teacher and as a creative person as well to make it accessible what I do. So you don't have to take all the steps to figure out if the ears have to go like this, or if there has to be a plateau between the ears, or whether you want like a fluffy tail, what you fill it with. I've already done that work and I turned it into a pattern. And that's also the value of buying patterns, because in a way you honor the work of me as a creative and other persons. Because the cat might look like something you can do very easily without getting a pattern, but without me doing the work to figure out how it should look, you couldn't have done it. You wouldn't have made like a pattern or a cat out of the blue. So it's not hard to make, and because I as a creative people and as a teacher have made it accessible and easy for you, and that's the value I can bring into the world. Accessible joy by either getting a cat yourself or by making your own.
Anything else you want to share?
Well, thank you for the interview first, and also for the people listening and enjoying the talk I had and the things I talked about. And I would like to encourage people to try quilting or the creative arts and to make something cute for yourself as well. You can start very small with a small cat, or you can do very bold things and make a big one. But to me, there's magic and joy in turning trash that people throw away into something that brings you joy and good vibes. And that's why the motto of Kick-Ass Quilts is society's trash will be our treasure.
Thank you for watching. Follow me and subscribe for more content.